Hello and welcome to our Stat Show. I'm Neil Atkinson, made up to be talking about a fantastic 2-0 Liverpool victory against Chelsea. Liverpool really were very, very good on the day, and that is reflected in most of the stats. I've been working with StatsBomb on this, both the website and James York, who's there. But let's start with the race map, which is arguably the one where Liverpool come out the weakest. The race map, if you haven't seen it before, is the chances being amalgamated through the game and measured right the way up. Liverpool's XG is stronger than Chelsea's, but as Mo Salah's second goal comes with a value of 0.01 expected goals, just putting into context how phenomenal an effort it was from Mo, it means that Liverpool were 2-0 up without quite deserving it in inverted commas as far as the XG is concerned. Well, the XG is wrong on this. Liverpool very much did deserve it. Chelsea then have that little flurry of opportunities. You can see the slide there. They have that little flurry of opportunities just after Liverpool have gone 2-0 up, and then the game goes relatively dead. Liverpool manage it out. We're going to tell the story of all of that through the pass maps, and we're going to tell the story of the manager choosing to shut the game down with his substitutions. The first half, there was very much about one side getting on top, dominating the ball and forcing the other back. If you have a little look at Chelsea's pass map from the game, you can see that Chelsea are indeed forced back. Liverpool have 60% of the possession across the course of the game, and this is a Chelsea side who want the ball. Sarri's teams want the ball. You can see how withdrawn Chelsea are on that pass map there. 6 inside their own half. You can now compare that to the one from the West Ham game, their last match. That's much more what they want to be doing. Chelsea want to be on the front foot. They want to have the ball. They want to feel as though they're involved in the game. Let's have a look at Liverpool then across the course of the game. And there's absolutely loads in this slide, this Liverpool slide here. Liverpool have got 8 outfielders in the Chelsea half. They've got the centre-backs on the halfway line. It's a Chelsea front three with a lot of pace, in theory, to start. And that shows how brave Liverpool were, to be quite honest with you. That they were happy to take these chances, to take these risks against this Chelsea side and push themselves right up the pitch in this way. You can see also how they attacked as a 4 and a 3, a 4 on the right-hand side, a 3 on the other. And you can see there that the trust is required in Fabinho to hold the fort in the middle of the pitch. This is what it looks like when it goes well for Liverpool. This is what it looks like when Klopp gets what he wants. I'm going to talk about the pressures in part 2 of this show, but this is where Liverpool passed the ball and it's where they wanted to be. And this tells you the story between this one and the Chelsea one that we looked at the difference between the two sides, regardless of that mad 5 minutes. But after that mad 5 minutes, Klopp changes it. Move on to the next pass map, and you can see there the second half positional shift. You can see first and foremost where Fabinho is because of his influence when Liverpool are absolutely on top in the game. You can see how far forward he is. We use the phrase number 6, we use the phrase defensive midfielder. That is not the position of a number 6 or a defensive midfielder. But you can see where Wijnaldum is in comparison to that. Fabinho's is influenced by that 45 to 60 blast from Liverpool. But Wijnaldum then comes on and picks up the pieces. See where he is. Milner's off to the left, and when he comes on, Liverpool are a bit more back on top. Wijnaldum's average position is the average of his time playing both to the left of Fabinho and to the right of him. That's why he's through the middle. But that tells us, doesn't influence how high up the pitch he is. He does his business deeper. That's the main thing to take from that. He is deeper from the minute he comes on. Klopp sends him on to do a very specific job, and good Lord, he does it. I mentioned James York at StatsBomb before, and James emailed me in the light of the game against Chelsea, and in his email header it had the idea of mad energy, is what he phrased it as, mad energy, and there was mad energy from Liverpool through the game, and we get to see it in the pressures. The normal pressures are high, they're high for the way in which Liverpool normally play, but it's the gegenpressing that was absolutely off the charts. Liverpool's season high before Sunday was 46 at West Ham United. I think I've mentioned that before. The season high for the division as a whole was 53. And this is where suddenly you get someone like James very, very excited if we look at this slide. Liverpool managed 65. That's 19 more than their high for the season so far. That's 12 more than the divisional high. That is a tactic. That's what a tactic looks like. When you get that sort of divisional high, when you get that sort of freakish performance, it's because Liverpool wanted to produce that freakish performance against Chelsea. They've increased the high for the division so far over the course of the season by almost 20%. It is such a high number. I mean, Chelsea themselves managed around 40. These sides are similar in outlook, similar in philosophy. And in terms of who was doing what for Liverpool, here is the list. You can see there that over the course of the game, Firmino 14, Fabinho 13, Henderson 10, Keita 9, and those two came off. Keita comes off pretty early. So when did these actual pressures come in the game? And this is, you know, you look at this next slide and it's astonishing. It's the 10 minutes immediately after half-time, 45 to 55. Liverpool performed 19 gegenpresses in a ninth of the match. That's 19 gegenpresses, a third of their overall total in 1/9 of the match. 6 of these, by the way, are Roberto Firmino. After the game, Henderson was asked what the manager had said at half-time, and he laughed it off, but we know Liverpool have excellent video analysis. We know that they're paying attention to absolutely everything. Kravitz went down the tunnel on 40 minutes, Dan Morgan informed me on our review show. And so they've had a lot of good half-times this season, and Liverpool, there's two things that have gone on at half-time. Firstly, Liverpool have become wiser, they've become smarter, they've exploded into the box. But also, it may well be that the manager's electrified them and said, listen, you've got a real opportunity at this point in this game, while Hazard's still on the pitch, playing as a number 9, you may well be able to do something about that. We shouldn't just link gegenpressing with success. I mean, I mentioned West Ham away. Liverpool didn't win away at West Ham. Here's Paris Saint-Germain at home. You can see there very, very few presses. I haven't written it down here, but if I remember rightly, it's 16. But it can't hurt. It can't hurt, especially against Chelsea, because of the way Chelsea play. And I suspect what the Liverpool manager, what the Liverpool coaching staff, what the Liverpool analysts were saying is that you can hurt this Chelsea side with the current setup that they've got at this stage of this game. The way they get out and alleviate pressure is to get on the ball, is to play football. And that suits Liverpool down to the ground. The truth of the matter is that it's here where I think that Chelsea's shape was great in the first half. I think it's pretty good still in the second half, even when they're under a massive barrage. But it's not a question of shape, it's a question of selection. And Sarri probably needed Hazard off the left tactically. That side needed an outball who could get it and hold it and get territory. Liverpool could also squeeze, knowing Hazard doesn't want to play with his back to goal. That's not his game. And the game changes when the sub's made. Yes, Liverpool drop intensity because they're 2-0 up. And they also have to. You can't keep doing what they were doing. But it's suddenly a little easier to get out. Higuain plays a little bit deeper to Hazard in the second half. We can show you that in this second half pass map. And he'll also show feet with his back to goal and go from there. You can see that on average, Higuain's average position here is deeper than Hazard in the second half. It could have worked. I mean, to go back to the race map at the very start, Chelsea do get a couple of opportunities. It could have worked if they'd done it from the outset, to be honest with you. It might have certainly helped when Liverpool heaped the pressure on. And as I say, I wondered if Liverpool ratchet up that 10-15 minutes after half-time, knowing that Giroud or Higuain are coming, knowing that Hazard is moving, and this is the opportunity to do it. Liverpool have now played the top 6 home and away. Took 4 points from Chelsea, Arsenal and United, 6 from Tottenham, 1 from City. With the stats show, what we're trying to do is, you'll notice this one's a little bit shorter, a little bit punchier. We're going to do something after Porto, and we're also going to look to do something which looks at the numbers in terms of the changes in approach throughout the course of the season in these games against the top 6. Got lots of data on that one, which we're going to pull over the next few weeks, but we're going to make them a little bit shorter, a little bit more bite-sized, but do a few more of them for you. So we'll be looking at what those numbers against the top 6 tell us, what we can see from the approach against last season, what we can see what bottom 14 sides are doing against the top 6, and we can also, though, say that, you know, on forthcoming shows, demonstrate how Sunday really did see a Liverpool full of dynamism and confidence.